Recent winters have been relatively mild in Virginia, so the harsh ice storms that struck last month were a rude reminder to many farmers that February is still winter in the Old Dominion. Fortunately, whether it's a snowstorm or a thunderstorm, most farmers have a backup generator for when the power goes out.
The backup is our auxiliary power unit. If it fails, then we fail.
That's because poultry producers use automated equipment to feed and water the birds being raised inside.
Our auxiliary tank for the unit is 275 gallons of diesel fuel, and when it's running at full capacity under a full load, that 275 will last us about 3 days. So then we have to be prepared to offload fuel at another site on the farm to bring it down to this tank to make sure that it has fuel for the next 24 hours.
Burning hundreds of gallons of diesel fuel can be expensive. Robert Womack raises poultry and other livestock at his 700-acre farm in Cumberland County. He was without power for 71 hours in February after ice storms hit central Virginia.
The average electric bill for the chicken house operation is probably around $2,000 a month. And you take just for this 3 days, at current market price, just checked a little while ago, diesel fuel's $2.10. Well, generators burning 5 gallons of diesel fuel an hour. This one little 3-day outage, that's $700 and some straight out of my pocket.
If his normal power supply goes out, Womack has a 200 kilowatt generator that kicks in once the system detects that there's been no power for 3 seconds. That generator runs his main chicken houses. He also has 4 other smaller generators on his property for wells, fences, and fans for his grain bins. Parts of Southside Virginia had some of the longest outages in the state in February. Billy Bain raises cattle, hay, and row crops at Double B Farms in Dinwiddie County. He was out of power for 4 days.
All storms are bad, whether it's in the summer or the winter, but this ice storm has been very detrimental to our operation. Of course, we lost current right away. Everything was pretty well glazed over, and we fortunately had a generator to keep the home going, keep that warm. But it's just takes twice as long to feed up the cattle in the mornings, and which is very slow because it's so muddy and sloppy.
Bain's grandson, Austin Hale, will be taking over farm operations in the near future, along with his brother. He's been getting a crash course on how to keep things running during severe weather.
I've been having to keep all the generators going, had to start all the generators up. Being the younger one around, you get delegated all that, so I've been filling generators up twice a day and every 12 hours, keeping them running and feeding the cows.
Hale says he's also helped some cleanup crews clear debris to make the roads in their county passable. Normally they wouldn't have time for that, but the loss of power put their everyday work behind schedule.
We're just jammed up right now because no power. Needed to haul grain, and the grain facilities we're normally delivering to are in just as bad, if not worse shape than we are, and don't have power, so just kind of sitting idle right now waiting.
Virginia farmers know the key to dealing with a long-term power outage is preparation. Farmers like Womack test their backup equipment weekly, no matter what the weather is, just to be sure. In Cumberland County, I'm Burke Moeller reporting.